Okay, so I'm just putting the sole plate down now. And I've not drilled out the holes big enough, I've just realised. So I put a pilot hole through first. I'll just quickly do that. We're using steel plastic hammer fixings, and they're not very forgiving. If you get them wrong in the hole, they literally just fold over and give up the ghost. Okay, I'm just going to fit the last one now, and then I will fix the top plate, and then we'll put the studs in. Stud number one. So I'm just building up the first skin now. Because of the way we're doing this, we have to cut into those blocks to allow us the depth for the like the skyboxing that to be able to fit in, because we don't want the wall to protrude out too much, because obviously we're in limited space. There's a lot of working out to do, but basically I just need to create a shelf along the bottom, which is where the boxes will sit in, and then I'll cut out holes in the walls, and then that's that side of it sorted. Then we can board it, and then we can build the frame in front. So there's a lot of thinking that I've got to do, like pre-planning, before I start to build the actual, feature wall. So what I'll do is I need to concentrate. So I'm going to get this bit done, then we'll come back when I've done it all. So that'll be it'll be all framed out with the holes cut, and show where the boxes are going. Oakley dokley. Right, that is not a load bearing wall. So I smashed some holes in it. What effectively makes that happen is the MDF boxes that we've made. It means they can sit in there, and we can still get the cables behind, and there's a bit of airflow, because the plan is to have working electronics in there. So that's that. Just to make it a bit more stable, we've braced it there and there. Next job is just to get this sheet of plasterboard, the 2 sheets of plasterboard on, and put the first board on. So let's do that now. Okay, so I've marked out where all the noggins are, where all the holes need to be cut out. I know where the electrical cable is, so I can cut the socket out for that. Literally everything is in place, apart from some screws. Now I can put it up. Right, I'll just get that screwed up and braced. I've just screwed up and I need to brace it. And I'll get that other board on, so we'll come back when that's done. Oakley dokley. So as you can see, I've boarded it, and I've also put in the 2 lower boxes purely so you can visualise what the hell is going on. Above that, there'll be a soundbar box, so there'll be a longer box. That's the full width of those ones, and the TV above it. It's great fun. I'm really enjoying doing this. It's a great project. I could do this more often. So if you're watching, guys, and you want it done, right, I've now got to frame out that, ready to create the floating wall. But before I do that, like I've said, I've learned from my mistakes. It was hard work. So now that's built, I want to get this wall plastered, because getting in behind there when that's all built is a pain. So it just makes logical sense to get that done. Now, to plaster that, I need to finish this area. I can't finish that area because the electrics haven't been done over there, because there's a junction box, which means I can't tie it all in. So I'm basically held up by the electrician. He is coming. So I think the sensible thing to do is just leave this, go back next door, get that ceiling up and those walls closed in. So we'll go over to that now. Right, okay, I'm back in the other room now, so just so I can crack on, we'll just do it before and after. So Okay, that's the ceiling insulated, the wall insulated, this ceiling insulated, and these walls insulated. Right, let's start getting this ceiling up. Okay, that's that first board up, and because this wall board was already cut ready, we're just going to get that put up so it's out of the way. Okay, it might all go tits up, hopefully the props won't fall. I hate these props, they're rubbish for this sort of thing, but such is life. Okay, that went well. These props have got a bad habit of pinging out of place. Right, let's get that screwed up and we'll get these other two bits put in. Okay, that's that bit board, and I've also put that wall board on. Last job is to get this last bit of ceiling up. At some point I've got to chase those bits again into this wall and track it all the way down, ready to put a socket in. So that will be fun. Okie dokie. That's that ceiling now up. So basically the plan is now is I'm going to go around and do a load of plastering, mainly the corners, not there, that meet the walls, so I want to get those walls plastered. Same in the other room. The reason for that is if I get it plastered, Sharon can get everything painted, and then when I do all this pointing up to it, you just point up to the paint line, and it's just a nice, quick, easy way of doing it, as opposed to if I point it and then you paint into it, you've got to cut it all in. So it's just a way of, you know, putting things to good use. So yeah, the next clip will probably be me plastering the ceiling in here or in one of the other rooms. Okie dokie. Can't remember the last video clip, but right, we're going to get this wall insulated, we're going to get it boarded, which then means we can finish doing all the boxing. We've just had the electrician just leave, so he's just ran all the cables out there, so we'll close that up now. Okay, that's insulated, let's get it boarded. And it's all plasterboarded, and that's all plasterboarded, and all that's plasterboarded. I basically just cracked on and got the job done. So that's that, all sorted. There's going to be a radiator going on that wall at some point. So I'm umming and ahhing what to do. I might plaster that wall. I'm going to plaster that wall. Okay, so I've got a lovely mix of Blue Tech 2000C all knocked up. I'm going to put my gloves on because my hands are extremely dry and cracking. The joys of winter. Let's get this plastered in a methodical manner. Okay, so this was an open bag, so no doubt it's going to go off quick as, so let's come back when I'm finishing it off. Okay, I've been patiently waiting. The wall is ready for a little bit of a final trowel up. It's not gone too bad. Okay, that's that all done. Happy days. Let's keep the camera going. Okay, so whilst I was waiting, rather than just standing waiting around, as you can see, I fixed the first part of what will be this floating wall. So literally, I've just drilled it halfway through and put some big old 100mm screws all the way in, so that's nice and solid. Same here, and it's gone into the stud work, so that will be extremely strong. The next thing to do now is put the uprights in, so I'll do that. I've also continued to build this. We're a bit low on timber, but I've boarded that, started to build that, but I obviously need a bit more timber. So what I'm going to do now is just get these uprights cut, we'll fit them, and then we'll go off and get some more materials. Okay, I've cut those uprights, so I will just put them in place and then we will get them fixed. What I'm going to do now is just run the horizontals going across and do a few extra fixings, so we'll come back when that's done. Oakley dokley, I've got the first stage of the designer wall done. So that's the first section. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to plaster around the outer edges. If I do that now, it makes my life a hell of a lot easier. So we'll do that a little bit later, but for now I'm going to go in that room and do the ceiling. Okay, right. As you can see, all the plastering gears all set up. I'll be doing the ceiling first. I've got a bad wrist, back's hurting, so this is going to be quite painful for me to do today. So I'm just literally going to do it before and after. Before I start, I've just got to chase in this game just partially, just to get it down out of the ceiling a little bit. So I'm going to do that now, then plaster the ceiling. So let's come back when this ceiling is all done. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to go off. It's been gone over. I'm literally waiting pretty much for the final trowel. I am quite happy with it, which is always a good thing if Perry's happy with it. There you go. Okay, so that's that ceiling done. because there was a excess amount of gear, I did that bit there. Did that bit there. And we also did that bit there. It's all progress. Right, the next wall I'm going to concentrate on again now. I know it seems stupid, I keep coming back to this, but like I said in an earlier clip, if I plaster sections as I go, it makes my life just way easier, because getting the trowel into some of these places is an absolute nightmare. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to frame out this top section, and then I'm going to board out to here, and then I'm going to plaster that section and that section. So then that way, when I build the next section around it, it means I haven't got to squeeze my trowel down the side. Getting behind there will be a lot easier. It just makes sense. So that's why I'm sort of bouncing back and forth to do the individual jobs. So let's get that framed out up there. Okie dokie. Right, we're back working on the TV wall momentarily. Basically what has happened is I've put an extra batten down the side. That is purely to make that wider, to make it easier to get the trowel down the side. That is the head and the face made up. I've already done a mock-up of it, tested it, seen how it's sitting. I'm very pleased with the system I'm going to use for connecting it to the back wall. It'll be very secure and very easy to do, so that's all been checked. So the next job to do now is we just get these sides plasterboarded, and then we're going to get this wall plastered. So I'll do that now. Not the plastering bit, just the boarding. Okay, that's about as exciting as it gets. There you go. So there's some plasterboard there, some plasterboard on that side, and some plasterboard underneath. Like I said, now what needs to happen is we get that wall there plastered, we get this ceiling plastered. So it just means, because obviously you can imagine if we've got a shelf up here trying to get your trowel in like that will be a nightmare. So that's what's going to happen on that next job. I've got about 30 minutes left, so I think I might prep this board and get that ready, or have a general tidy up. Who knows? The excitement never ends. And this is it after, all beautifully painted. Very pleased with the way that's come out. And watch this. Ta 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 ta. The TV is not mounted properly yet. It's a bit skew-iff, but we've got it in place. We just wanted to show it off. Just let it go through a light cycle. Okay, so there you go, really pleased with that. I've been doing a little bit of self-leveling ready for the tiling, which Jason will be doing. So I'm going to come back in the next video clip to show you everything all finished. TV will be up and working, and everything will be lovely. Okay, so that is all the floor, all complete. Right, so this has been a long time since I've actually come back to view this all finished. Luckily, I say luckily for me, Sharon and Jason have been good friends of mine for a very long time. So I was never in a massive rush to finish this video in time elapsed. So I think it's been 2 years since I was last there working. So these were the fake stone effect coins that I did on both doorways. Good thing about Sharon and Jason is they just let me go a little bit crazy and I could go quirky. When these were originally done with shutters, they were done really badly. They weren't done straight. So I said, as a nod to the person that did it, let's do it the same. So we purposely left it all bananas and stuff, which I think looks brilliant and quirky. They are from Zimbabwe, so they love their African theme stuff, so that's why there's lots of colour. I remember coming out and doing all this boxing tonight, and it was great fun to do. Same again, the fake coins all around this window. It's such a transformation from when I originally started it. This is Kara's room, the daughter's room. So it's all looking good. And then This is from one of the other videos that I did, where I actually made a video where we built this. So that's this all complete and now lived in. And then my favourite room, this was great. They really did just let me do whatever I want. They totally trusted me. They knew I had the talent to do it, so they were like, go for it. Build a media wall however you want, and a TV room. So we did this fancy drop shelf, which you've seen me building, and then I built this media wall, and then obviously it all got painted up, and I think looks absolutely spectacular. I would love to do this more often, but trying to find the clientele in rural France is not the sort of place for this sort of thing. But really pleased with it. There's the render band all around this stone wall. So yeah, there you go, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, there's a lot more coming as always.